broadcasting today's action live. Back in Portland, the Trailblazers kick off the beginning of a homestand. No question they've got this game pinned.
It's go time. Check in. I'm on it.
Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors, and it's Exum in for Burks. And so in the game for the Jazz, Burke and Exum make the backcourt. Trevor Booker is out there with Hayward, and it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. Passes it to Matthews. 6 to shoot. The putback. Oh, and the jam by Leonard. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
That very ounce advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Buckets. He's checked in for the Jazz.
Well, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens in Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
For Portland, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Lillard outside. Here's Aldridge. No luck. And it's Utah the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, they hung in there for a long time in that game, just giving themselves a chance to win at the end. But when it mattered the most, they stumbled.
Yeah, and those are the hardest losses to stomach, guys. I mean, when you play well throughout the game and then get derailed by a few missed opportunities down the stretch, that's painful.
Up top, Batum. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Matthews into the lane. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Matthews has got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. Utah has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Buckets. Drains the 19-footer. Buckets got his first bucket in this one. Trailblazers have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Right side Matthews. Knocks it loose. Here's Hayward. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Lillard outside. Kicks to Leonard. Dishes it to Batum. Down low. Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. Good! Aldridge has got 8 points. Utah with the ball. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
Well, these two clubs have 4 divisional battles to play this season, so let's get ready to enjoy this first one.
Here's Buckets, and Utah again with the bucket. A different look now for Portland. Jarrell Wright for Batum. Flalo comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Lillard. And Steve touched on it, Clark. 4 games between them this season. There's no way those games won't have a lot to do with how this division is going to shape up at the end of the year.
Kevin, there's no question about that at all. I mean, this series is going to have a huge influence on the playoff race, not just for these 2 teams, but for the rest of the division as well.
They get it again.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Buckets, and that one's good. Buckets got 6.
Already they have 8 seconds.
What's up?
Chance points here in the first quarter.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Blake with it. The pass to Aldridge. Goes up on the block. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. And that's 10 points for Aldridge.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Very good, Doris. Thanks so much. So, Steve, Clark, how critical to their defense will be shutting down the sharpshooters in this one?
Well, in my mind, that's their chief weapon, so it's critical. And I think the coach will have come up with a creative defensive game plan. We'll just see if it works.
Well, guys, you know we've seen plenty of those creative and effective game plans from this coach, so I'm betting that he won't disappoint us here today.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's buckets, and Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
And here is Blake. Three-pointer right. Shot is off. And now the second quarter.
The hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Buckets, he's in at point guard. Trevor Booker is out there with Favors. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ingles in at the small forward position.
You know, one thing you like about Aaron Aflalo, he's an outstanding post-up player for a guard. At 6'5", he's got a real knack for scoring with his back to the bucket.
Now Blake. Kaman a screen. Blake dishes to Kaman. Lets the three fly. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Aflalo.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Buckets, guarded by Blake. Here's Buckets. And Utah, another three.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Blake kicks to right. Here's Blake. The kick out to Aflalo. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Aflalo's got 5 points in the quarter.
He could have forced a tough inside shot but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Right with the double team. Buckets passes to Ingles. Trying his luck deep. It's in from long range. One more from Buckets. Buckets got 20.
Tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
Blake kicks to right. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. The jump hook. And Portland again with the bucket.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Buckets guarded by Blake. And Utah, another three.
The three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been all mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
Aflalo outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Aflalo. Lock at 6. Aldridge kicks to Aflalo. The tray. Can't get it to go. And it's Utah the other way. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Buckets, guarded by Wright. Here's Burks. And there's another one for the Jazz.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection.
Trailblazers, Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Kanan. Aldridge comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Wright in for Aaron Aflalo. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. Trevor Booker comes in for Jeremy Evans. Exum, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And it's Buckets in for Trey Burke. They double him with Matthews. Pass to Gobert. Leonard with the steal. Back to Matthews. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Here's Buckets. Second chance shot. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Blake's checked in. Leonard dishes to Lillard. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. Out of this world. Aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
Exum's shot is off.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Lets a floater go. It's rebounded by Buckets. Got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And
All right, guys, focus on me. We got them where we want them, and we can quiet.
welcome back, everybody. Third quarter. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Portland. Evans, he's checked in for Utah. Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Batum is at the 4 with Aldridge in the middle. And it's Aflalo in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Outside Aldridge. Clock at 6. Aflalo left side. Stolen by Evans. And the Jazz pushing it up now with the fadeaway. Hayward can't hit.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Utah also making some changes. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Jeremy Evans. Exum comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Buckets in for Burke. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. The focus of this discussion was getting their offense to run through Aflalo. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thank you, Doris. For the lead. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Aflalo's got 13. Utah trailing here. Buckets, covered by Lillard. Buckets, they get it back. A nice shot by Booker.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Aldridge kicks to Aflalo. Outside, Batum. Back to Aflalo. 6 to shoot. For 3. Rebound, Utah. They've led by as many as 14 points. Favors with a screen on Lillard. Exum passes to Buckets. Puts up a 3. That's good. And it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And what they did well in that game, Kevin, was attack the rim. They got to the free throw line, and they converted once they got there.
Yeah, it was hard-nosed basketball and fundamental basketball at the same time. Physical and aggressive, that's a recipe for success.
The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Lillard attacking. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Oh, you might have been wondering who the top scoring small forwards have been over the last 10 games. Wonder no more. Here's a peek. You look at Hayward, among the league leaders, 4th in score.
Those are some tremendous athletes, as we're used to seeing at that spot on the floor. You know, they can pretty much all give phenomenal individual performances on any given night.
And most nights, that's exactly what they do. Every team wants and needs scoring from the small forward position. And all of the players on that list provide it.
Nice job again that time to add to their lead. I'll tell you what, they're doing everything right at this moment.
They're playing steadily in all aspects of the game, Steve. You're exactly right.
Kept alive. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Leonard.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Buckets, guarded by Blake. Here's Buckets. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the defense getting bombarded. They just haven't been able to slow him down.
The kick out to Aldridge. Blake up top. Right outside. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Misses from short range.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Buckets. He's guarded by a Flalo. Ingles passes to Buckets. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Exum. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 12-point Jazz lead.
Boy, you can feel the confidence growing right now for this club at the offensive end.
Really an ideal time to have one of these runs after halftime, but before crunch time. They're setting themselves up for a great fourth quarter.
A Flalo, that's good.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Buckets. He's guarded by a Flalo. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Blake with it. A Flalo outside. He's all alone. Here's Buckets. And that one's good. Buckets got 13 points in the second half.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the win.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
You right. When we got somebody on the ropes, we got to knock them fools out, man. Yo, tonight, we was just barely good enough.
That's right. Next game, we step on the gas and never let up.
Let's do it.
Wait, what do you call that thing you have on your arm when you shoot? What's it called? I'm trying to find it. It's not like a sleeve or anything. Like this.
A sling?
Oh wait.
A sling?
It's on your shoulder.
When your arm is broken or whatever?
It's like a black thing. Like James Harden. I'm trying to find it and I don't see it. Whoa.
It's almost 12 o'clock. Let's go.
I know. I
No,
just
shut
have to
it
finish
off.
this game.
Shut it
I
off.
just have to finish this game.
No, how long you
It's not gonna take long.
That's what you always say.
10 minutes.
No.
Yes,
Shut it
yes,
off.
Yes.
Shut it off.
Yes. Don't you freaking touch it.
Shut it off.
No.
Shut
Finishing
it
this game.
Shut it
I'm
off.
finishing this game.
No, you're not.
Stop.
Shut it off.
I'm finishing
Shut
this
it
game.
off. I said shut it off.
It's time for the NBA.
Shut it off.
Live
You know
on
what?
2K Sports.
Don't shut it off now when I'm telling you.
This is
Tomorrow,
Kevin Harlan.
you're going to suffer the consequences. Shut it off. Now.